Hello and a warm welcome to Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. I am Olajide Bello. Eid Mubarak to our Muslim faithful. And remember, you can watch this broadcast live on our website, nta.ng/live, and on our other social media handles displayed on your screen for update. Now, President of the ECOWAS Commission, Dr. Omar Aliyu Toure, has expressed confidence that the progress made in the last 51 years of the formation of the regional bloc will propel it into a bigger and more responsive body towards building ECOWAS of the people. In a statement to mark 51st anniversary of ECOWAS, Dr. Toure says the region has evolved over time as a symbol of unity, cooperation and shared aspiration for a peaceful, prosperous and integrated West Africa. He noted that this year's theme, Build the ECOWAS of the Future, today is both a clarion call to action and a statement of intent, as it reminds us that the future we envision for our region will not emerge by chance. It must be consciously and collectively built, anchored on good democratic governance, investment in education, infrastructural and energy development, free movement and trade through positive decisions, and take the commitment we uphold today, the statement adds. On to the judiciary now. As a way of aiding litigants to meet up with the limited time of filing their matters, the registries of the Federal High Court in all divisions nationwide will be opened during public holidays and weekends for filing of pre-election matters. In a statement issued in Abuja, the Chief Registrar of the Court, Yakubu Shafa, says the development becomes necessary to meet up with the limited time frame for filing pre-election matters. It is to avert matters being brought to the court to be statute barred, thereby denying the court the jurisdiction to adjudicate over such issues. Our Benue State government has reaffirmed its sustained commitment in building a strong and formidable state where children can realize their dreams and aspirations. Governor Hyacinth earlier re-echoed these at the 2026 Children's Day celebration held at the IBB Square. Makadi Elias Itiav has more.
I appreciate the government for organizing this event. We thank them so much.
The government should improve on its fundings in the government schools.
My expectation from the government is good road.
Investing in children is investing in the future of the Benue State and Nigeria as a whole.
Some of the children shared their feelings and expectations as the 2026 Children's Day brought them together in their numbers to be part of the event. For the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Welfare and that of Education and Knowledge Management, the day is a reminder of the collective responsibility to nurture, protect and empower every child to achieve their God-given potential.
I urge us all to continue investing our time, resources and love in raising responsible and productive children.
Children, I urge you today, please do your own bit by reading your books and paying attention to your studies.
A state that listens to its children is one that is wisely preparing for the future. We are committed to building a governance culture where children are not merely seen, but genuinely heard and meaningfully included in conversations that shape their lives and the destiny of our dear states.
The theme for this year's event is Future Now, Inclusion for Every Nigerian Child, which emphasizes that no child should be left behind in national development. In Makudi, Elias Itiaf, NTA News.
Our children, as the saying goes, are the leaders of tomorrow. However, children growing up in a relative poverty condition faces steeper odds in nearly every area of life. Now, meeting up with expected leadership role of the children tomorrow is what stakeholders are wondering, given the obvious realities today. Doris Akomoya takes it up from here.
For millions of Nigerian children, poverty means living without having or meeting up with the basic socio-economic needs. Research shows that lack of sanitation affects 65% of children in low-income countries, increasing disease exposure, deprivation in nutrition and health, which undermines growth, immunity and life expectancy. And beyond food, which is a basic need of life, comes societal pressure.
Children are into cultism because of what they are seeing in school. Their peers, somebody comes from one place and begins to tell them, this is what you are doing, no, to belong.
If it was then, it's easy for a parent to go out there, struggle, and come out with probably 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 naira that will be able to take care of the family. But these days, you even go out, you even get 100,000 naira. Will that be able to take care of a family for 1 week?
I think everything is charity begins at home. When the children goes out and they meet their friends doing these things bad, and then you come in, there's depression in the home already. And people just think the way forward is to smoke, is to do drugs.
How do we parent our children? How do we bring up our children? How responsible are we as parents and caregivers?
They agree that building strong foundation in children requires effective social support and community enlightenment. In Yenagoa, Doris Akomoye, NTA News.
What began as a promise of a better life abroad reportedly ended in fear, abuse and trauma for a 19-year-old girl from Delta State. Now back in Nigeria and struggling to recover her experience is drawing attention to the growing threat of human trafficking and the dangers facing many desperate young Nigerians searching for opportunities overseas. Ngozi Mokode reports that the Delta State Police Command says 2 suspects connected to the case have been arrested.
For this 19-year-old girl, the dream of traveling abroad in search of a better future reportedly turned into months of pain and uncertainty. This is another unfortunate story of young Nigerians seeking greener pasture abroad. Police say the teenager was allegedly lured out of Nigeria by suspected traffickers who promised her a job and a better life overseas. But shortly after arriving in the foreign country, authorities say things changed. Instead of the opportunities she expected, the teenager reportedly faced abuse, neglect, and exploitation before she was eventually brought back to Nigeria, traumatized and emotionally distressed. Her identity is being protected, and she is currently receiving medical care and social-psycho support as investigations continue.
They say I dey go travel, carry me go Africa, say na work I dey go. So when I reach there, na shower work. So now I tell them say I wan come back. They say they not fit give me money, ma come back. Ma just dey that side, ma dey do the work. Till I go find my own money to come back. So they can't give me sleeping injection. Before I wake up, I see say plaster in my body. They say I'm not gonna feel work the work again.
That was when the matter came to us. Having asked questions, we arrested these 2 suspects. We took her to the hospital for medical examination, and lo and behold, the doctor examined that her womb has been removed.
The incident has again raised concerns over the activities of the human trafficking syndicates targeting vulnerable young people.
Awareness is being raised. We cannot stop raising awareness because these traffickers always come with different tactics. So they can have a tactics this period, and then from the flux of cases you can begin to decipher that there's another tactics coming on.
Authorities say the teenager at the center of this case will require not just medical treatment, but emotional support and proper reintegration into society. Legal practitioners describe human trafficking as a serious criminal offense under Nigerian law with stiff penalties for offenders.
So I think it will be up to the courts to look at it and say, come on, this is as good as damaging this person's life for good. You can look at life imprisonment.
Commissioner of Police Delta State Command, Yemi Oyeniyi, calls on members of the public to support security agencies with timely and credible information. For this teenager, recovery may take time, but authorities believe our experience may serve as a warning to young people and families against falling for deceptive promises of quick opportunities abroad.
What a sad one there, but moving on. In Egbaland, Ogun State, the annual Eid al-Kabir celebration goes beyond religious observance as it reflects the rich cultural heritage, communal lifestyle and hospitality of which Egba people are known for. Yemi Dalemo has details of how the Egba people celebrate the festival with devotion, tradition and excitement.
After the prayers, the atmosphere gradually shifts from solemn worship to joyous celebration as Muslim faithful, traditional chiefs, clerics, women leaders, and prominent sons and daughters of Egba land paid homage to the Alake and paramount ruler of Egba land.
Celebrate by sharing whatever they have with their neighbors, and it is the one that brings us together a lot, more than any other festival. Ileya it means everything to everybody.
For many residents of Egba land, Eid al-Kabir also provides an opportunity for reunion as family members return home to celebrate with their loved ones and visit tourist centers, including the famous Olumo Rock in Abuja.
This is Olumo Rock. I'm very, very happy. I mean, very, very happy.
I just came here to check on about our culture. I want to know more about our culture.
We're all always very happy to come back home to celebrate with our people. You know, there is this uniqueness, you know, in Eid that we all long to see.
The thing that is unique about us in Egba, the people of other faiths will visit Muslims, will eat the ram together, share in our sacrifice.
As at the point of celebration, as at the point of celebrating Ileya, people come around, bond, unite, eat, exchange good pleasantries, because another year will be in the next 12 months.
Although the usual parade of beautifully decorated horses through major streets was absent, drumming, singing and traditional praise chants echoed in many homes and communities as families continue to enjoy the festive celebration. In Abuja, Yemi Dalemo, NTA News.
Now let's join Yemi Dalemo, who is at the Palace of the Olowu of Owu in Abeokuta, for more on the uniqueness of the Eid al-Kabir celebration in Egbaland. Yemi, what makes this year's celebration unique compared to others you've witnessed?
Thank you and welcome to Abeokuta. I'm at the Palace of Olowu of Owu Kingdom, one of the four traditional rulers that we have in Egba land. To the people of Egba land, Eid al-Kabir is more than just a religious celebration. It is a unique expression of their faith, of their unity, of culture and hospitality that is passed from one generation to the other. If you look at that report, you see that residents were saying that it is an expression of their love, of spirits of sharing and giving, and which I believe the essence of the Eid al-Kabir celebration centers on. From the time they went to the Eid to pray, the Islamic leaders, they were coming from the Eid down to the palace of Alaki, while we have others, Christians and religious worshippers, joining them to pay homage to Alaki of Egba land, not minding the fact that Eid al-Kabir is a Muslim festival. They say that this festival brings them together. People from Egba Ake, people from Egba Owu, people from Egba Agbagura, and people from Egba Okiono. They came together to celebrate, to share gifts, to dine, to wine, maintaining that they are one. And that is what I believe is the essence of this celebration. Children too were not left out. You know, something that we are doing that we don't involve the children will eventually one day will just fade away. Parents, when they are going to visit themselves, to visit their friends, families and relatives, possibly from Egba Ake, they are going to Egba Agbagura to visit their family, friends there. They take their children along, not minding the fact that I am Egba Ake, I am not Egba Agbagura, I am Egba Owu, I am not Egba Okiono. No, they don't do that. This festival brings them together. From that report, you see that there is a woman among them. That woman came from abroad. just because of this festival. More than ever before, people are doing this to celebrate their uniqueness, the unity, the love, the spirit of sharing, that communal bond is what they are promoting during this festival of Eid-el-Kabir in Egba land.
Right, many thanks, Yemi, just like you rightly said. So what was the central message that resonated during this celebration? And you mentioned that the usual horse race, the horses that are decorated, did not take place this year. What happened to that?
Well, we're going to witness that on Saturday. Let me tell you that Alake and the paramount ruler of Egba land is going to host members of the Egba community at his palace. And from there, we are having so many events, so many activities. All this horse riding they are talking about is going to take place that day. They just want people to enjoy the ram, enjoy the festival. Then on Saturday, come together to come and celebrate when Alake himself will be hosting the community. Where I am now, if we have done this in the morning, this is the palace of the Olowu of Owu Kingdom, Oba Sakaba Temilola. He has also hosted members of this community, while others, friends from other regions, join him in that celebration. So the main one is coming up on Saturday, where we're having so many beautiful things that is going to take place.
It's many thanks, Yemi Dalemo from the Olowu of Owu's Palace for keeping us up to speed with the Salah celebration from that axis. Many thanks for your input.
Thank you, and Baraka de Salah.
I wish you the same, brother. The Nigeria Customs Service has underscored the importance of strengthening collaboration with the media to enhance public awareness, promote accurate information dissemination, and support national development objectives. This from the focus of a media party held in Kano, which brought together customs officials and journalists from across the Northwest region to deepen stakeholder engagement and foster strategic partnership. Awal Salisu reports.
With the theme Building Synergy Between Media and Customs for Enhanced Stakeholders Awareness and National Development, the engagement was designed to reinforce institutional collaboration between the Nigerian Customs Service and media organizations in advancing public-oriented communication strategies. Discussions at the Pali centered on the strategic role of the media in promoting transparency, strengthening public trust, and enhancing citizens' understanding of government policies, particularly in areas related to trade facilitation, revenue generation, border security, and anti-smuggling operations.
Effectively discharging these responsibilities requires sustained stakeholder engagement and strategic communication. This is why the partnership between customs and the media remains not only valuable, but indispensable.
NCS recognizes the media not merely as observers of government activities, but as strategic partners.
Participants also examine ongoing reforms within the Nigerian Customs Service, including the deployment of technology-driven systems and digital innovations. Media practitioners from Jigawa, Kano, Katsina, and Kaduna states attended the Pali. In Kano, Awal Salisu, NTA News.
Now let's head to the Center of Excellence, where Adiola Komiakere will be our guide. Adiola, Baraka de Salah.
Baraka de Salah to you. Still on customs, strengthened compliance measures, improved stakeholders' cooperation, and intensified anti-smuggling strategies have been identified as some of the factors behind the remarkable performance of the Nigeria Customs Semi-Area Command in revenue generation and fight against smuggling. This was disclosed by the Customs Area Controller Semi-Border Abdullahi Kaila while speaking with newsmen in Lagos.
Its strategic location places a significant responsibility on its shoulder in checking smuggling activities and playing major roles in trade facilitation. This, the Nigeria Customs Semi-Area Command has been doing with all seriousness.
749.
While speaking with the journalist, the area controller Abdullahi Kaila said The command recorded an increase of 7.6 billion naira in revenue generation compared with the corresponding period of last year.
The renewed dedication, professionalism, and vigilance demonstrated by officers and men of the command have also contributed immensely to this performance. We remain committed to sustaining these gains through institutional reforms, intelligence-driven monitoring, and transparent trade procedures capable of guaranteeing continuous revenue growth without obstructing legitimate trade activities.
The command also intercepted a large number of cannabis sativa, prohibited goods, and unregistered pharmaceutical products.
The products seized include 1 carton containing 55 bottles of Ultimate Plus Maca syrup, 100 ml each, 88 packs of 99 Bullets herbal medicine, 30 ml each, 10 cartons of Ultimate Plus, 100 packs of Tramadol, and 100 packs of Tempendol.
The intercepted hard drugs and unregistered pharmaceutical products were later handed over to relevant agencies. In Lagos, Bolaji Akeem, NTA News.
A civil society organization has urged Nigerians to avoid politicizing the country's security challenges, but instead focus on actions that will strengthen the economy. The group's leader, Lai Omotola, made the call while speaking with journalists in Lagos on the state of the nation's economy and politics. Diana Ajale reports.
For this political and civil society group, the nation's economic revival must be evident in the lives of the citizenry through industrial growth, job creation, and sustained infrastructural development rather than politics alone. The group also notes that poverty reduction is achievable when industries operate effectively and citizens are empowered to engage in productive ventures that put food on the table.
It's very important that we talk to ourselves as Nigerians. In our 26 years of democracy, one thing we must understand finally now is that for Nigeria to work, Nigerians have to work. And if Nigerians have to work, we are not talking about just work. We are talking about productive work.
Omotola maintains that President Bola Tinubu is capable of building broad public trust as the country moves towards another election.
For the first time in a long time, there is political stability, where you have an alignment between the executive and the legislature. First time. And the second thing is that you also find out for the first time that revenue received from 36 state governments have surpassed that of the previous governments.
The group advocates collaboration between citizens, government, and the private sector for sustained economic growth and stability, urging Nigerians not to politicize security matters.
And that's it from Lagos. Nationwide will continue with Oduakobong Achibong in Benin after this break.
Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. Welcome to Benin. Investors have been assured of the support of the state government by creating an enabling environment for both foreign and local businesses to thrive. Governor Paolo gave the assurance when the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Gas, Mr. Ekperikpe Ekpo, inaugurated the diverse Autocare Center Hub and compressed natural gas CNG Center in Benin, Edo State capital. Good luck and 90 reports.
The diverse Autocare Hub is more than a facility. It is a one-stop center for vehicle sales, servicing, diagnostic, spare part fabrication, and skills training. The project reflects the state government's confidence in the private sector and its support for natural gas as a cleaner, cheaper, and more sustainable alternative for transportation. Deputy Governor Dennis Idahosa said the hub shows how investors are leveraging government's policies. He called on Edo citizens at home and abroad to key into the opportunities in the state's growing gas economy.
Security is the most important catalyst for economic growth. That is why the government of Senator Monday Okpebholo has placed security at the very top of our agenda.
On behalf of the President of the Federal
Inaugurating the center, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Gas, Mr. Ekperikpe Ekpo, commended the chairman of the facility for aligning with the federal government's Decade of Gas initiative.
Natural gas remains Nigeria's transition fuel of choice. The federal government is therefore committed to creating an enabling environment for investment across the gas value chain.
On his part, chairman of the center, Mr. Greg Ogbeifun, urged more investors to take advantage of the sector, noting that the project will create jobs and expand opportunities for Edo teeming youths. In Benin, Goodluck Enani, NT News.
The Nigerian Television Authority Benin Network Center has held its 2026 edition of Children's Day celebration on the theme Young Voices, Big Impact. Obaro Education Center emerged the overall winner in the competitions held at NTA Pavilion. Elizabeth Omoko tells us more.
Zozana Director NTA Benin, Teni Ajayi, while welcoming guests and participating schools, said raising awareness is important in building a better society, and NTA is committed to giving the children a platform to demonstrate their skills and showcase their talents.
When children are aware of their rights and their potential, they don't just participate, they change their schools, homes, and communities.
Chairman on the occasion, Chef Lucky Benedio, who was represented, commended the NTA for sustaining programs and events that center on children, bringing them out of the shell and nurturing them to become future leaders.
Listen to your teachers. Abide by the advice of your parents, and I can tell you, the sky will be your stepping stone. Every child has a hope. Every child has a brighter future.
Children are the joy of every home. They are the joy of every heart.
There were march pasts by different schools, as well as march pasts by NTA Benin staff, led by the Zonal Director, Teni Ajayi.
Wonderful.
After a keenly contested essay competition, spelling bee competition and cultural heritage contest among schools, winners emerged and were presented with gifts, including staff who competed. There are side attractions to make the celebration a memorial one for the children. In Benin, Elizabeth Omoko, NTA News.
And that's it from Benin. It's back to a large day in Abuja for more on Nationwide.
Many thanks, Udwak. And moving on, the Nigerian Navy marks its 70th anniversary. The NNS Pathfinder has taken bold steps to boost operational efficiency, enhance welfare, and improve productivity of personnel. This is as the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Idi Abbas, inaugurates state-of-the-art facilities at the base to address issues of welfare and accommodation for personnel. Emmanuel Lene has the details.
Ships and boats, there is the need to provide adequate accommodation to match the increase in manpower. The visit by the representative of the Chief of Naval Staff and Flag Officer commanding Eastern Naval Command, the Rear Admiral Chedozie Okehie, is to inaugurate projects that address welfare and accommodation issues of naval personnel. Among the projects inaugurated are the newly completed state-of-the-art 24 one-bedroom flats for ratings, external remodeling of the administrative block of NNS Pathfinder, which is part of activities marking the Nigerian Navy 70th anniversary. He also performed the groundbreaking of the proposed 18 rooms ratings arrival hall.
The Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Idi Abbas, recognized the need to address the issue of welfare, particularly that pertains to accommodation for personnel. And he said something which was very critical, that we must finish all these abandoned projects before we commence new one. There's that drive by Nigerian Navy to improve its operational efficiency, to enhance maritime security in the Gulf of Guinea.
While commending the initiative of the commander, NNS Pathfinder, the Chief of Naval Staff noted that the project reflects his commitment to improve standards and upgrade facilities at the base in line with modern standards. In Port Harcourt, Emmanuel Lene, NTA News.
Now, meanwhile, the Nigerian Navy has for a week now been engaging in humanitarian activities to further boost civil-military relations to commemorate its 70th anniversary. Samuel Numunengi captured some of these engagements by the forward operating base Egwema in Brass, local government area of Bayelsa State.
The week-long program of activities at free boat transport for travelers from Tombras to Yenagua and Nembe, as well as presentation of life vests to Maritime Workers Union Brass branch. Also, an education rhapsody was organized at Egwema, where pupils from schools were presented with writing materials. Commanding Officer, Nigerian Navy Forward Operating Base Egwema, Captain Sunday Aruna, said the gesture is aimed at strengthening relationship with the civilian populace.
We say let us get some of these life vests in commemoration of the Nigerian Navy's 70th anniversary. Yes, we will be doing more, but this day is a unique day, and that's why we chose to use it for this particular event. Also, we have also looked at it that, okay, to also help the community, instead of them paying for their boat transportation today, we decided to say, okay, let us pay for today because we know how they use this place.
It's a good thing because based on the life vests they shared, is an awareness to prevent accidents on waterways.
Other activities lined up for the week include medical rhapsody, commissioning of projects, and innovative football and volleyball matches between the Nigerian Navy Forward Operating Base and players drawn from Brass Island, Egwema, Leama, and Beletema at Egwema in Brass local government area. Samuel Numunengi, NTA News.
Now, health advocates, medical professionals and support groups are increasing efforts to educate the public about lupus, a chronic disease that affects millions of people globally. This is what informed the lupus awareness campaign organized by the Jos University Teaching Hospital.
Lupus Disease Awareness Month is observed every May across the world to raise concern about the autoimmune disease, promote research, improve access to health care, and support for affected persons. The awareness campaign featured medical experts, patients and caregivers engaging in discussions on early detection and support for patients.
They should please look into our medication. And I'm spending like over 130,000 for one, and I'm taking 8 different medications.
Specialists from the rheumatology unit, Jos University Teaching Hospital, made presentations on how lupus affects the skin, joints, kidneys, brain and other vital organs, while stressing the importance of proper medical care and continuous public enlightenment.
To help people know that this condition is very much with us, and then also to encourage our people that are already being treated for lupus to know that they are not alone.
Plateau State Commissioner for Health expresses appreciation to the organizers, saying the state government is taking proactive measures in strengthening healthcare delivery in the state. The event featured health talks, interactive sections, an advocacy campaign to reduce stigma and improve support for people living with the disease.
Now we have on standby Priscilla Grimnan in Jos to tell us more about the disease and efforts to promote research on it. Priscilla, what do you have for us?
Yes, Olajide. Olajide, let's imagine your immune system as your body's army. It is trained to fight invaders like viruses and bacteria. But what if that army turns on you? This is exactly what lupus is, an autoimmune disease where the body attacks itself. So the disease is said to mostly affect women between ages 15 and 45. And unfortunately in Nigeria, the awareness is still very low. And that is why the Jos University Teaching Hospital and other health partners are taking steps towards public sensitization. So the Lupus Awareness Month seeks to ensure that early diagnosis and the average time for diagnosis is between 2 to 4 years. It is also to bring to fore this under-recognized, underfunded, and mostly misunderstood disease. Again, it has one of the goals of teaching the public and doctors the warning signs so people can get tested on time, as early diagnosis leads to less organ damage, especially to the kidneys. Medical experts also discovered that historically, lupus has gotten less research funding other than other diseases with similar impact. So the month also pushes for increased government and private funding and eventually a cure. Experts also say there is no cure yet, but the disease can be managed. And with the medication, lifestyle changes, and regular checkups, most people with lupus live full, active life. Olajide.
All right, Priscilla, just before I let you go, you're talking more of an expert yourself, because I think you've done your research properly. Now, on the part of the state government, what are they doing to curb these lupus from, spreading more than what it can be contained?
Okay, Olajide, that is why initially we reported that the state government actually held a press conference together with some health partners, to find a way of actually tackling the disease. And actually there are some sensitization programs going on for the 1 month that this awareness campaign is going to last.
Many thanks, Priscilla Girimnan, for those insights on lupus from Jos. Many thanks for your input. Now, Comfort IM is standing by in the coal city for more on Nationwide. Comfort, take it up from here.
And welcome to Enugu Network Center. The federal government is committed to building a resilient and sustainable economy driven by entrepreneurship, technology, and innovation. The Minister of Finance, Taiwo Oyedele, was speaking at the launch of Southeast Venture Capital Program, SEVCP, initiated by the Southeast Development Commission in Enugu to fast-track development in the region. Chika Ugu has the details.
The Southeast region represents one of Nigeria's most vibrant, entrepreneurial, resilient, and innovative sectors. However, potentials without access to capital mentorship, marketing support, the region cannot achieve the desired growth. To this end, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said the federal government is unlocking the region's full potentials by investing in human and infrastructural developments.
Economic growth does not happen in isolation. Capital follows infrastructure. Enterprise follows connectivity. Investment follows confidence. That is why Mr. President has committed over 1.3 trillion naira to strategic road and green infrastructure across the Southeast.
Committed to catalyzing ecosystem development, introduced the Southeast Venture Capital Program, a startup initiative that speaks directly to the core imperatives of sustainable economic growth, youth empowerment, regional competitiveness, and inclusive wealth, with relevant stakeholders.
And crafting what we call the Southeast Strategic Roadmap for the next 3-4 years. So I want to thank the chairman and the rest of the board members who, they made history. 1 day after we were set up, they approved the 3-year roadmap for the SCDC.
The initiative complements the Enugu state government's agenda of growing the economy, creating jobs, supporting startups, and de-risking investments.
Government alone cannot create prosperity unless it deliberately creates the conditions that allow businesses to flourish.
Partners and investors restated commitment to the venture, which they believe will make the region become a leading innovation hub in Africa. In Enugu, Chika Ubu, NTA News.
Celebrating children is the greatest love society can show them. This formed the crop of messages as NTA Enugu Network Center hosted children across Enugu and its environs in the 2026 Children's Day celebration. Grace Wilsoneze has the report.
The best gift one can give children is the confidence to always know their self-worth, follow their dreams, and the knowledge that they are truly loved. This was the mood of the day as children from different schools and backgrounds gathered at NTA Enugu premises in celebration of their day with sweet memories. The Zonal Director, NTA Enugu Network Center, Patrick Iro, and the special guest of honor said the event was put together to celebrate the children as the future leaders, thereby giving them a sense of honor and self-worth.
We believe that we're also a children-friendly station. So, and children being our targets, or one of our targets, are worthy of celebration.
So if they show love to other people, they show empathy, they accommodate other people, we will not have problem in this country.
It was indeed a beehive of activities as the children engaged in various interesting events that added color to the auspicious occasion.
Really, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the music. I enjoyed the things they did here.
What is happening today at NTA? Make sure all the children in the world are happy and well educated.
Our children had their fun, and our school came third in the march past.
I'm sure my son is extremely glad seeing other children to play with.
For the obviously elated children, the day offered them ample opportunity to unwind, socialize, and have fun. In Enugu, Grace Wilson is a NTA News.
Those are the stories from Enugu Network Center. Taking a break now to join Kaduna in a bit. To stay with us.
For joining us in Kaduna on Nationwide. Concerned persons have identified quality education for children as a key driver for societal development. They made this known at the commemoration of this year's Children's Day, organized by the Center for Girls Education in Zaria. Zara Sadiq Muhammad reports.
One of them was the first set demonstrating their skills.
So the major objectives of the project is enrollment completion and graduation rates increase of girls. So at least we've achieved our objectives.
Through the skills you saw we displayed in the Children's Day, we want them to take it up.
We don't teach our children in the safe spaces through the normal classroom education, no. But what we tend to do is to give them a special kind of attention where children will see practical hands-on experiences in learning.
This program is exceptional with others because they have devoted themselves to the younger children.
Sector players are of the view that the initiative has brought out the career potentials of many girls by reducing the rate of street hawking in the community. In Kaduna, Zara Muhammad Sadiq, NTA News.
Key players are advocating for subsidized sanitary products to be made available for girls and women. Correspondent Sabra Ali reports that an awareness roadwalk was organized by the Marcare Foundation with the support of Kaduna State Government as well as NAWAJ, which is part of activities marking the Menstrual Hygiene Day. Sabra Ali reports.
Every month, many women and girls like this 18-year-old struggle to access sanitary pads, forcing them to alternatives such as old clothes during menstruation, which comes with health implications.
How does that matter?
I enjoy using sanitary pads, but it's very expensive for me to afford regularly.
To address such challenges, members of the Nigerian Association of Women Journalists, Kaduna State Chapter, alongside partners of the Menstrual Awareness Hygiene Care Foundation, embarked on an awareness walk.
If you go to the rural community, you will see that our people are yet to embrace the modern way of using sanitary pad.
Menstruation, we do it every month. It's known globally. Over 2.8 billion women menstruate. But why is sanitary pad not a basic necessity to the global development? They should bring it to us because it's what we want.
With all the economic issue we are having, girls should not suffer on how to get a pad.
With this donation of sanitary pads by Now Watch and continued sensitization, stakeholders are equipping girls and women, especially in rural communities, with knowledge on menstrual health.
With this awareness, people are expected to donate sanitary pads to vulnerable girls and women.
This is an initiative expected to contribute to both social and educational development of girls like this 18-year-old. In Kaduna, Saibra Aliyu, NTA News.
And that's our contributions from this nationwide continues in our Abuja studio with Olajide Bello. Olajide, you can take it up from there.
Many thanks, Muhammad Umar Ajingi. And let's join Bright Abuja for the latest in the world of sports.
Team Nigerian's para-powerlifters received a heroic welcome at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja after a remarkable performance at the African Para-Powerlifting Championship in Algeria. The Nigerian team finished second overall behind Egypt, winning an impressive 32 gold, 12 silver and 5 bronze medals. Stakeholders and supporters praised the athletes for their resilience and determination while calling for greater support to help Nigeria strengthen its position as a leading force in parasports globally.
We went there, we have our record, and we won so many medals. Nobody went to that place and came back empty-handed.
Meanwhile, Nigeria's Super Eagles will face Jamaica in the final of the 2026 Unity Cup after both sides secured convincing 2-0 victories in their semi-final matches in London. Both teams will remain unbeaten heading into the title decider, setting up what promises to be an exciting clash between two informed sides. In Europe, Crystal Palace chairman Steve Parish believes the club's UEFA Conference League triumph can help attract a top manager and keep key players ahead of the new season. Palace secured the first European trophy in the club's history with a 1-0 victory over Rayo Vallecano in Leipzig, earning qualification for next season's UEFA Europa League. The club is now searching for a new manager following Oliver Glasner's departure, with several high-profile names already linked with the role. And finally, FC Barcelona have agreed a deal worth more than £69 million with Newcastle United for England forward Anthony Gordon. The transfer, valued at over €80 million, comes after Barcelona beat competition from Bayern Munich for the winger's signature. Gordon is expected to complete the move before linking up with England's World Cup training camp in the United States, while the sale is expected to provide Newcastle with funds to rebuild after a disappointing Premier League campaign. For Sports Update, Bright Ibuchu, NTA News.
Well, and that's it nationwide. Many thanks for being a part of it. I'm Olajide Bello. Barka da Salah.